Welcome to World Prism. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. The Supreme Court's decisions shape nearly every aspect of American life, from the rights we enjoy to the laws that govern our daily interactions. Each ruling has the potential to influence society for generations, affecting everything from education and civil rights to business practices and personal freedoms. But not all rulings carry the same weight or send the same message to the public and the legal community. While split decisions often reflect deep ideological divides among the justices, a unanimous 9-0 ruling sends a powerful message of legal clarity and unity. It shows that, despite differing backgrounds and philosophies, the justices can find common ground on fundamental legal questions. Such consensus signals that the law is clear and unambiguous, transcending personal beliefs and providing a stable, lasting precedent for lower courts and future cases. Unanimity is especially impactful on controversial or emotionally charged issues, offering a rare sense of common ground and helping to reduce public division and uncertainty. This past year, the court delivered several significant unanimous decisions, even on hotly debated topics that captured national attention and sparked intense discussion. These moments of agreement reveal a shared commitment to foundational legal principles, demonstrating that the justices can rise above politics and focus on the rule of law, even amid national polarization. Examining these rulings offers valuable insight into the court's function, the reasoning behind its decisions, and the enduring strength of the law in guiding our society through times of change. In a divided era, unanimous decisions stand out as beacons of stability, reminding us that consensus is still possible at the highest levels of justice. Let's explore what these rare moments of consensus mean for the country, and why they matter now more than ever. In 2025, the Supreme Court unanimously decided Smith & Wesson brands versus Mexico, a case with major implications for gun manufacturers. Mexico sued U.S. gun makers, claiming their business practices fueled cross-border gun violence. The court, in an opinion by Justice Kagan, ruled that federal law, the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, blocks such lawsuits. The justices agreed, holding manufacturers liable for crimes committed by others would undermine Congress's intent. This decision reinforced legal protections for the firearms industry and closed the door on similar lawsuits from foreign governments. The court's unity, with concurring opinions from both conservative and liberal justices, underscored the strength of the legal arguments. While not directly about the Second Amendment, the Smith & Wesson ruling has far-reaching effects on the gun rights debate. The decision blocks a key legal strategy used by gun control advocates, suing manufacturers for gun violence. By reaffirming protections for gun makers, the court shifted the fight over gun control back to legislatures, not courtrooms. Supporters of gun rights see this as a major victory, arguing that responsibility lies with those who commit crimes, not lawful businesses. The ruling sets a high bar for future lawsuits against gun manufacturers. Legal teams must now navigate a clear, unified interpretation of federal law. The Supreme Court's message, changes to gun policy, must come from lawmakers, not creative litigation. The legal battlefield has shifted, and the precedent is set. Central to the court's decision is the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, or PLCAA. Passed in 2005, the PLCAA shields gun makers and sellers from liability when their products are misused by criminals. The law was a response to lawsuits blaming the industry for gun violence. It generally blocks lawsuits unless manufacturers break specific laws or act negligently. The Supreme Court found Mexico's case didn't fit any exceptions. Congress intended to prevent exactly this type of broad liability. The ruling affirms that the PLCAA's shield is strong and comprehensive. Lawsuits must be narrowly tailored to fit the law's exceptions. The decision clarifies the limits of liability for the firearms industry. Congress, not the courts, sets those boundaries. The gun manufacturer ruling was just one example of a broader trend of Supreme Court unanimity this term. In a year marked by political polarization, the justices have come together on several important cases, demonstrating a shared commitment to upholding the rule of law, regardless of ideological differences. In National Rifle Association versus Vulo, the court unanimously protected free speech, ruling that government officials cannot pressure private companies to cut ties with groups they disfavor. This decision reinforced the principle that the government cannot use its power to silence voices it disagrees with, a cornerstone of the First Amendment. Another significant unanimous decision came in Catholic Charities Bureau versus Wisconsin. Here, the court defended religious liberty by preventing the state from judging the religious nature of a charity's work. The ruling emphasized that the government should not interfere in religious organizations' missions, ensuring that faith-based groups can serve their communities without undue state scrutiny. In Ames v. Ohio Department of Youth Services, the court ensured that a single, consistent standard applies to all discrimination claims. This decision clarified the law for lower courts and reinforced the importance of equal treatment in the workplace and beyond. The court also addressed immigration, unanimously ordering the government to help return a man who had been mistakenly deported. This rare move highlighted the justice's willingness to correct errors and protect individual rights, even in complex and politically charged cases. Notably, many of these unanimous decisions were authored by liberal justices, underscoring the court's focus on legal principles over partisan politics. The justice's ability to find common ground on difficult issues demonstrates the enduring strength of the judicial process. When the Supreme Court speaks with one voice on contentious issues, it sends a powerful message to lower courts, government officials, and the public. Unanimity signals that the law is clear and that the justices are united in their interpretation. Ultimately, the court's consensus provides much-needed stability and guidance on complex legal questions, helping to shape the nation's legal landscape for years to come. A unanimous Supreme Court decision is especially powerful on divisive issues. It shows that the law can unite justices with different worldviews, reinforcing the court's legitimacy. Unanimity counters the perception of the court as a political body and builds public trust. Even when justices disagree on policy, they can agree on what the law requires. This term, several unanimous opinions were written by liberal justices, yet favored outcomes often supported by conservatives. Such cross-ideological agreement strengthens the court's institutional credibility. A 9-0 ruling sets a clear precedent for lower courts and lawmakers. It reduces legal confusion and ensures uniformity nationwide. For the public, it offers rare legal certainty in turbulent times. These moments remind us that the rule of law can transcend politics. The Supreme Court's unanimous decisions this term will have a lasting impact, shaping the rights and responsibilities of Americans for generations to come. These rulings are more than just legal technicalities. They touch the daily lives of millions, influencing how we live, work, and interact as a society. The Smith & Wesson decision, for example, secures important legal protections for gun manufacturers. This means that lawsuits against gun makers will face significant hurdles, keeping the ongoing debate over gun control primarily in the hands of lawmakers rather than the courts. The ruling underscores the importance of legislative action for those seeking change, while providing stability for the firearms industry. For supporters of gun rights, this outcome is seen as a major victory, affirming their belief in the Second Amendment. On the other hand, gun control advocates now have a clearer path to focus their efforts on passing new laws, rather than relying on litigation to achieve reform. The Volo decision goes even further, protecting all types of organizations, whether businesses, nonprofits, or advocacy groups, from government coercion. By reinforcing First Amendment rights, the court has sent a strong message that freedom of speech and association must be safeguarded from undue government pressure. Rulings on religious liberty and discrimination ensure that all Americans, regardless of faith or background, are treated equally under the law. These decisions protect faith-based groups from undue interference, while also affirming the rights of individuals to live and worship freely. Together, these decisions help create a fairer, more predictable legal landscape, where individuals and organizations can better understand their rights and obligations. Most importantly, they demonstrate the Supreme Court's ongoing commitment to principled, coherent interpretation of the law, even in challenging and divisive times. For everyday Americans, these rulings offer reassurance that the rule of law remains strong, and that the nation's highest court is working to protect fundamental freedoms. Even in a nation often divided by politics and ideology, these moments of legal consensus remind us that our shared values and constitutional principles can still unite and guide us forward.